Good morning, everybody. I literally forgot what day it is. Oh no, hold on. Let me.
Oh God.
It's
Hey, you got our
ro-
stuff. Oh,
hold on.
everything's cut off.
Hold on. I'm trying. I'm gonna fix that right
Hold on,
now.
hold on, hold on,
Hold on,
hold on,
hold on,
hold on,
hold on, hold on. Let me
hold
fix
on, hold
that
on, hold on,
right
hold on.
now. There we go. And then let me fix mine right now.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
I just gotta move mine all the way down too.
You're just absorbing that sun kiss directly.
There we go. There we are. There we are.
Osmosis.
Yeah, I did that this morning. Right after a little bit after the Sunday morning cartoons, and I was like,
Yeah.
I really need to put some stuff. I have my sun kiss, but I think I lost everything else, like my little heartless and stuff. So I was like,
Oh
I'll just have to.
yeah.
It's fine. I'll get another one. It's totally
You've
fine.
lost your heartless.
I'll put a sexy Oni Ganon in there or something. I'll figure
Mm.
it out.
Oni Daddy, yes.
Oni Daddy. Well, hello everyone. Good morning. We are going to talk about the stuff we were supposed to talk about last week, which was Splatfest, but I ended up
2 weeks
talking about.
ago, because
Oh,
last
that's
week was Mother's
true.
Day.
You were right. It was.
Hmm.
And then because I also have to talk about Tears of the Kingdom, which came out that week too,
Hmm.
which I spoke about the excitement during 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Now that I played it, I also want to talk theories about you, or not about you, theories with you. Heavens
Yes.
forbids. But so first of all, how was your week? Was it good?
My
Playing
week.
playing Tears of the Kingdom.
I am just like kind of losing my mind
Oh
because
shit.
I'm still trying to do like I don't really hide it. I talk about it on here occasionally. I
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted about it recently that I play Sky Children of the Light as well. I got
Yes.
you into it during the season of Aurora, things like that.
Which,
And
by the
I'm
way, I
still
was on a Aurora kick.
it was very good. I'm so glad that I had something that could hook you so thoroughly for that
I
game.
love Aurora. I was like, that's a good one. And I've been listening to her music lately.
Good.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Um, but like I'm still trying to do because the currency in game is candles. I'm still trying to do candle runs and things like that, which can take me depends on how distracted I get. At maximum a little over 2 hours for like a full complete candle run.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like an hour and a half if I'm able to hit everything like ideally.
Yeah.
Um, I'm still trying to like put my time into that as well because the game still progresses. We still get traveling spirits every 2 weeks from previous seasons, usually seasons I've never been in because we're currently in the fourth season that I've been
Mm-hmm.
in,
Mm.
which is basically a year at this point. Um, so I'm still trying to like get all those previous spirits that only come around when they revisit and word has it, like one of the longest times it's been since a spirit's visited is 2 years.
Oh
So
shit.
I'm trying
Okay.
to make sure I have the currency to collect these things
Right.
before like they disappear again for a very, very long time. Um,
Right. Okay. That's fair.
yes, so trying to dedicate time to that. So interrupting a hyperfixation.
Mm-hmm.
Because once I'm in, I'm good, but it's stopping it that's the problem. We're interrupting it's the problem. Also, I'm losing my fucking mind over the controls. So,
Okay.
Sky
Yeah.
and Splatoon have very, very similar controls. Completely
Mm-hmm.
different games, but very similar controls. So, like, your jump is B.
Mm-hmm.
The Legend of Zelda, so like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that's not the case at all.
Mm-hmm.
B is not, and it's driving me up the wall. I am crashing into things. I told you I think I told you that I have killed myself multiple times in Breath of the Wild. I've not
Mm-hmm.
told my husband because my husband has seen me play um Sky and he's played Breath of the Wild, so he roughly remembers how to play
Yeah.
the Legend of Zelda stuff for the
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with Tears of the Kingdom, you can dive down from high places and you can like dive. So you use R to dive.
Mm-hmm.
R in sky pops your wings open. So you can close and
Okay.
open your wings. So you can do vertical movement or you can do flight movement. And so usually my stuff is dive really hard and pop my wings open for a soft landing in sky.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't fucking work. In Tears of the Kingdom, you end up crashing into the ground because you need to press X to pop your paraglider.
Oh no.
I have absolutely slammed myself into the ground
I
on
feel
multiple occasions and killed my, like, not just like hurt myself, killed myself because of it.
so
I'm getting better, but
no, I also had the problem of dying in Tears of the Kingdom because of the falling part of it. Because
yes.
I would try and trigger my what is
Glider.
it? My glider or my shield if I want to try and shield surf. Because I tried
Oh,
that yesterday. There was like a glider shield, and I tried to use it. I don't know how to use it, and I kept dying. And I tried yesterday to figure it out, still kept
I
dying.
haven't I haven't come across that yet.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't, but it's near Rito Village.
Man,
Yeah.
like I have not.
Oh, fair. I have been exploring. Like
You have
I have
you have
done.
such powerful weapons, like
I know.
honestly.
I have done nothing but explore. Like that's it. I even did you get your house yet?
No, I didn't even buy the house in Breath of the Wild.
Oh, well, this one's kind of cute. I think it's, they're modular homes and I bought a house.
Oh yeah.
And so I did that. I did all the things I'm not supposed to do. And poor Zelda's just waiting for me and I'm just like, "Nah," just like in Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, Zelda's like, "Link, come find me or do something."
Mm.
And I was like, "Nah, I got to do everything else." But before we
Um
get into Breath of the Wild, because I mean, Tears of the Kingdom, I wanted to talk to you about the theories and stuff. But before we get to that, how about we talk about Splatfest, which
yes,
is
please,
also,
because we were supposed to talk about it two
yeah.
weeks ago.
Um, First of all, what team were you on?
I was okay, so let's just remind everyone what the Splatfest was about. It was a collaboration between Splatoon 3 and Tears of the Kingdom, or The Legend of Zelda, for the release of Tears of the Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So the theme for the Splatfest was the Triforce: power, wisdom, and courage.
Yeah.
Trevor being power, Fry being wisdom, and Big Man being courage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been simping since 2018. I went with fucking rehydrated Ganon. Team
Yeah,
power.
baby, let's
Mhm.
go.
100%.
Absolutely.
So I went with that. It was a wonderful Splatfest. Like, that's probably the most balanced Splatfest, especially between a three-way team, that I've ever seen.
Oh, you mean like during the tricolor on the giant?
Not just tricolors, but in game. Like I wasn't like I did have a tendency to like play more against courage than wisdom, but it was much more balanced than the others. Because you remember
Mm,
how like it doesn't really matter what team you were on because we ended up being on separate teams often previously. We were always playing against the same team, same
mm-hmm.
color.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly. This time though, it was a lot more balanced. I was as team power, I was playing against wisdom and courage roughly equally, but courage was more common.
Yeah.
Um, but like tricolor battle, it was fantastic. Though I did notice that when a team would dominate, it would always be wisdom, whether a
Oh
regular
yeah.
turf
Yeah.
right,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be a regular turf war or a tricolor battle.
I could see that. Honestly, I just had to because I only played. I was only able to play the um. Sorry, my brain is like poop.
Yeah.
I was only able to play the tricolor battles because I was
Mhm.
working at a convention at the time, right? And I
Yeah.
wasn't able to do it Friday because I was streaming something else. And then
Right.
yeah, so that Friday I was streaming something else, and then I did the tricolor battles. But in those hours that I was playing, during that time, I
Hmm.
had probably the most fun. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's because I was so like I like the theme that they did, which they did a good theme, which was Tears of the Kingdom,
Hmm.
kind of hyping that up. But I did like the pyramid map because it's like a Triforce pyramid thing.
So yeah, it was supposed to be Scorch Gorge or something, one of
Mm-hmm.
the newer maps. It
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Dan on this, who played with us on several occasions. He was like, this isn't, because usually with a tricolor battle, they slightly modify it to where the two attacking teams are on the regular spawn points, and
Mm-hmm.
then they attach platforms on either side, so like opposite to one another, um, for the defending force.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's at least reminiscent of the maps that we already play regularly on Turf War. This was not the case at all. It was a completely original map with just like a Scorch Gorge
Mm-hmm.
skin to it, really. Um, they put so much thought into this.
They did, and I think that's why I liked it so much because in this, you can see how much thought they put into it to make it look amazing, you know. And the music was cool, like the colors. Ah, I loved the
I
colors. Oh
love
my
the
god, they were
colors.
so
Did you
good.
ever? I don't think you did because we played a lot together. Well, maybe you did. Did you ever play against your own team?
Yes, I did. Yes, 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 we have.
So the
Mm-hmm.
alternate colors were really, really pretty
Also
too.
pretty, and like it wasn't like the loud neon colors that I was used to. It was more of like a
Mm.
bright pastel kind of color that I
Yeah.
like.
Hmm.
And it
They were a
didn't,
lot softer on the eyes this time around.
they were so much softer on the eyes. And I liked it. It was so nice. Oh my God. I wish they could keep
Because they
colors like that.
can get really harsh because for Splatfest we shift to a nighttime kind of atmosphere
Mm-hmm.
to really help those neons pop, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they're really, really harsh on the eyes.
Especially if they go highlighter yellow. Good Lord.
Oh
My eyes.
God.
My eyes. Uh, but all in all, Splatfest was amazing. I actually remembered to spend all my conches, and
Good.
I soared in the catalog, the catalog things I was supposed to do
Yes.
and keep
Hmm.
forgetting to do. I soared in those, so I try to get all those collected.
I did too. I think I gained about 20, 21 levels in the
Damn.
catalog.
Yeah.
I was able to grind though, so.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could have pushed maybe 25, but like I didn't start as early as I wanted to. I think Friday I had, that was Cinco de Mayo, right?
Oh, you
Like
know
I
what?
had,
I don't remember because that was also my anniversary.
so I think like I can talk about this because this is our podcast. So like my husband's grandmother and great aunt came to have dinner with us, and we
Yes.
drank margaritas, like white people do. Um,
Margaritas.
Ayo. That felt like that was really loud. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I also have a new headset, so if I'm like
You're still trying to get
overly,
used to your headset.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I plugged it in right before the podcast, kind of new. So I couldn't start as early as I wanted because they were there, but also like y'all who follow me on Twitter, Ricey knows this because she heard firsthand. My husband tried to talk to his grandmother about me reading fan fiction,
Oh, honey. Yeah.
and I'm just like, hey, don't.
Don't. I
She's in her
I like it's like
alcohol.
if I showed my dad, and thankfully my mother is not here to witness it, if I had to show them the stuff that
Oh,
I read, and like I already told you, my mom what got me into like romance, but not the kinky shit that I've been reading, right?
yeah.
If they ever found out the things that I read or the things that I've been reading or the poison apple, God forbid,
Oh,
I they would probably strap me to a chair and be like, Irais, you have strayed
you're
far from
possessed.
God. Why are you reading these things? The human should not be that kind of thing. They'd be like, Irais, there's something wrong with you. I cannot. I can never. And I can only imagine yours would be just like that.
Okay,
Like, oh
so
my
at
god.
least with his grandmother, she's a lot more like compassionate and caring. Like I've been able to come out to her as bi, and she's takes it very, very well. She's not judgmental and anything like that. But it's just like there's a difference between like your own sexuality and like the shit that you enjoy reading.
Reading.
And she
No
again
one
is
should
like
never see the light of
83.
day.
It's never the same. She's like 83 years old. So she's real like forward thinking. I think she is a lot more on the conservative side. We're not going to get into politics, but like when my mother-in-law was growing up, apparently like my husband's grandmother, so my grandmother-in-law,
Oh, Kuma, you
um,
didn't know that?
yeah, I don't make a big deal out of it, but I have like dropped it here and there within the podcast previously.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I feel like yeah, it's not any a secret, but I guess it's because the way I'm just surprised they don't realize it the way we talk about some of these people, some of the characters. Okay, I should say I am
okay,
straight. However, comma, I am straight when it comes to people like real life IRL people, but when it
yeah,
comes to fictional characters, I'm pretty sure I'm pansexual because I fucked the freaking alien from Mass Effect. I love him. I love the character designs in some of these, like in Breath of the Wild. I've thirsted for some of these. I have thirsted for men, women, and anything in between, any sentient being in between, including robots. So let's go with that. If they were real,
uh,
if all these characters, these fictional characters that I absolutely love were real, I like IRL, I would come out as bisexual. I'd be like, nah. That my parents would be like, Ricey, there's something wrong with you. But yes, continue, please.
so, um, I think she was had like a little like, so my grandmother-in-law like when she was a young adult, like raising her child and stuff. My understanding is her home was a safe house for like lesbians. So it's like I
Oh.
knew she was never going to be like a dangerous person to come out to. I never came out to like my parents. My husband knows, my sister knows, like my friends obviously know. For those who pick up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like she's 83 years old, doesn't really fully understand the concept of fan fiction and why it exists and why
Yeah.
people consume it.
And love it the
I
way they
think she
do.
was, if she was probably about 10 years younger, she might have like more of an understanding of what fan fiction is and like
Mm-hmm.
why people like write it and why people consume it. She's 83 years old. I like had to shut my husband down on that kind of shit. I'm just like, do
That
not talk to her about this shit because she's gonna ask questions and I don't read the normal shit fan fiction. I read the unhinged shit.
Yeah, I was about to say I it's not whatever they think normal fan fiction should be at all cuz I there's
No,
stuff. Okay, you know what? If it's the football one or the bodyguard one which I've been reading, which by the way is good.
it's good, right? Safety
Yeah.
Hazard is very, very good.
So Safety Hazard, oh my god, why are we talking fan fiction? Anyway, Safety
We're
Hazard.
ADHD.
Yeah. Safety Hazard reminds me of like they put I don't like how they treat, like I get it, but I also don't like how they treat Soap in it because he seems like an angsty teen, not like an adult, not like an angsty adult, but an angsty teenager, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I don't think they may have actually given him like an age, but I don't think he's supposed to be super old.
No, no, but it gives me
I
angsty
I
teen
think he's
vibes.
significant. Yeah, I was about to say I think he's significantly younger than like what he's usually portrayed in the
Mm-hmm.
mainstream media
But
and stuff, and what people usually put him as in their fan
yeah,
fictions.
yeah, and it kind of irks me, but I because like then it's just a little aware of the difference, age difference. However, comma, I love Ghost. Wrote him
Yes,
very well.
Ghost in that is
God
so fucking good.
dang.
Back to Splatfest. So
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
I no, like welcome to like an ADHD
We're talking
like
fan fiction of
complete
Ghost Soap
train
Bottle
derailment.
Repair.
Um, so it so I couldn't start Splatfest as early as I wanted to on Friday. I didn't get up as early as I wanted to on Saturday or Sunday. Um, So yeah, I could have like ground out probably an additional 5 levels for the catalog
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah,
Um
I didn't count how many levels I did, but I do remember I was breezing through them. It was
I
really
know I
nice.
started off around level 50, I think very specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I either ended up at like 69 or 71. I don't really
Oh.
remember. But yeah, no, I always try and do that for Splatfest is just grind as many catalog levels as I can. Every single Splatfest.
I was about to say because oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I
Um,
haven't been as
I
interested. Like I tried to. I think I missed the past two Splatfests. The one before that. Because
um let's see. I have you can look on the app, the Nintendo Switch Online app.
mhm.
And you can look under Splatoon 3. I'm looking it up now, so you don't have to, but I'm telling our viewers that they can do it. Because Kumo needs to get Nintendo Online app because it's a good
Yakima,
app.
it is a good. Well,
No, you played. Okay, so the last one was the which cryptid are you? So it was Nessie, Aliens, and Bigfoot.
oh
I
right,
know
I
you
was gonna
played
say
that a little bit.
I did. I was aliens because I love aliens, or like
I
just the
know I
concept of
couldn't play
aliens.
the chocolate one, dark milk and white chocolate,
I did
because that was
milk, but I
Comic
didn't
Con.
play. Yeah,
So that was Comic Con, and I know you played favorite taste sensation, the
yes,
spicy, sweet, and sour.
right. I saw because like that I do remember playing. I didn't do the chocolate one, or
Yeah,
the and I barely did like the Krypton one. Like I barely did that, if at all.
right.
Like I probably stopped for maybe an hour or two before I could,
Yeah.
actually play. I think I was busy that weekend as well. But for the Legend of Zelda one, I actually tried to make time for it
Right.
because like I knew it was my anniversary and I think we were doing something else that time. I wasn't streaming, it was my anniversary. And
Yeah.
then
Which is fine,
which is yeah,
I guess.
I mean, listen,
It's fine.
I need to be able to like celebrate with my husband, my poor husband.
Oh, or you could play with your wives
No,
that you've
that's
abandoned.
no, it's something for my husband and myself.
Nah.
But on and then on Saturday we did the convention, so I couldn't really play until that evening. But I was filled with such FOMO because I would like
Oh yeah,
see.
you were messaging me
Well,
constantly
it was
upset
because I
about it.
was yeah, because I was seeing it on Twitter, and I was like, I didn't see the stage, right? I was just
Right.
seeing how people were typing on Twitter like how much fun they were having, and that this was
Yeah, we
probably the best Splatfest that they had released. And I was like, well, fucking hell, how can you say that to me? And I don't even have a chance to actually. I brought my Switch too. I brought my Switch, but I had no chance to actually like pull it out and play because I was too busy doing business stuff. So I was like, God dang it. I had to do retail business and I couldn't play it until literally when we left, I was like, we have to
Mhm.
go. And we can't stop anywhere. We have to go straight home because I need to play
And you
Splatfest.
were a ways away from home. You were
Yeah.
in Huntsville, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're roughly in Birmingham. So that's roughly like an hour and a half ish from Huntsville to Birmingham.
It was 2 hour drive.
Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
your husband's a hoe.
Well, I was literally because I was the one driving home. He drove us
Yeah.
there. I drove home. I'm not gonna lie, I was speeding because my husband was like, "You need to slow down," and I was like, "No, I have obligations. I
So
have
that two
something to
hour
do."
trip did turn into an hour trip.
Yeah,
Okay.
an hour and a half maybe, because I just wanted to play. And as
I was
soon,
counting and nobody. It's
yeah,
good.
because as soon as I was home and I had internet connection, I played. I played and played and played and played and played. And it was and then the following day I tried to play as much too because we had our podcast and then afterwards I'm like, let's play.
Yep.
It was a good time. Good time.
I think we took maybe 15 minutes to grab some food or something, and then we
Hmm.
were immediately back into it.
I just love it, dude. Love
I
it.
do have a little bit of a complaint with the tricolor battle.
Go ahead.
It was good,
Mm-hmm.
but this is me who has 7 Splatfest under her belt at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And you've had a few Splatfests as well, not as many as I have, but like still enough to understand the concept of a tricolor battle and how it works and why it works the way it does.
Mm-hmm.
Shelzor, who wanted to play with us really bad, who has not had a chance to play any of the
Any of them?
Splatfest, the
Yeah, I
demo
remember.
Splatfest, any of them this
Mm-hmm.
time around, was finally able to play. She played with me for a round on Tricolor Battle because it's only
Oh
a team of
yeah.
2, and she did really well for having no idea how a Tricolor Battle works and on a completely new map. Um, but it's not new person friendly,
No,
really.
no,
It
it's
was
not. I don't
not.
think so.
You were coming in on the tricolor battle. I'm like, it's completely different. You're gonna need to, like, I know you kind of switch around with your weapons. You need to go for your tri-slosher. Like, I know you play
Yeah.
tri-slosher. You are really, really good at it. You're gonna need it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because I
and
did the
you're like,
tri-slosher and roller most of the time. Like, because those
yeah.
are the
So
two that
like,
I really love doing, like the tri-slosher or the like the buckets and
yeah,
the rollers. I just love those the most because you don't really
and
have to aim; you can just go for it, and I
just
love that.
go.
Yeah, because we paved the
So
way.
yeah, you came in and you're like, oh shit, I see what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I it was good. It made me switch what I normally stick with. Like it was still a roller that I was maining, but like I usually stick around with a gun for turf wars just
Mm-hmm.
because I don't trust randos to do what they need to be doing. Um, but it forced me to switch my weapon with complete randos.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not complaining. I had a good time, like once I was able to find my weapon. But again, my biggest complaint from the very beginning was Splatoon 3, not just the Splatfest, but Splatoon 3,
Yeah.
is that I feel like I purchased half a game
Oh
because we only have a
yes.
small fraction of our weapons available
Yes.
to us. And yes, they're releasing more and more, like constantly, but it's like,
It's not as fast as I'd
girl,
like it because I do remember
read
the what was it? It was the giant squid
the
ultimate,
Kraken.
the
Hmm.
Kraken. Well, yeah, in my case, I was a giant octopus, but the
Yes.
Kraken ultimate thing. I had never seen it in my life before. This was the first
That,
time because it was a Splatoon or like Splatoon 1 kind of
hmm.
thing, and I haven't played it. It was my brother's thing, but like I when I was there, I was like, this is amazing. It was that paired
Yes.
with another amazing ultimate that I haven't tried before that I liked. I was like, this is awesome. Why didn't they do this in the first place? Like, spread out a little bit of what the potential ultimates could be. Because, like, I
Yeah.
think that, in my personal opinion, you try and because we only had what 3 or 4 main ultimates that people use a lot.
Well, hang on, let me address Kuma. Kuma, don't talk about half a game till you play Overwatch 2,
Oh
LOL. I'm
my
like,
god.
no, no. I played Splatoon 2. When we started Splatoon 3, we only had a third of the weapons we had from Splatoon 2. Um, and we're promised basically every weapon ever. And I understand, like, slowly releasing them,
Mm-hmm. The thing is, I
but
think
what we started with are basically unusable weapons for those who have been playing since Splatoon 1.
I think what Kumo's trying to say is that yes,
Oh, are we
we are
talking
getting
about like the PvE stuff that they completely canceled?
well, they we were promised. I don't think I ever bought Overwatch because I think it was free. Overwatch 2 was free.
Right.
So
Hmm.
when Overwatch 2 was free, everyone was very happy about it. Very excited, ecstatic. But they were like, we do not want an exact like it's exactly like Overwatch, the first game. There is nothing that has changed by
Hmm.
then. But Blizzard, was it Blizzard?
Activision Blizzard, yes.
Activision Blizzard. Yes, thank you. Uh they
Activision is the parent company that owns Blizzard.
They promised us, oh no, no, Overwatch 2 is going to be different. We got uh PvEs and skill trees and all these things, just because, to make it something completely different than the original game. And then they came out this week saying, nope, we scrapped all of that. It's just like Overwatch 1, which is so upsetting for those who are, very big players of the game. And, once because I don't think you can get into Overwatch anymore, like the online portion of Overwatch or anything. This is all
No, I think
Overwatch
they
2.
completely shut down those servers. Oh,
Exactly. So,
mm.
like, then it's not a new game. And whereas Splatoon is a new game, it has new maps, new everything, new all these things, and like, yeah, Overwatch has new characters and such, but like, we at least get things. They Nintendo actually goes through with their promises, right? It's just
Because
very,
Nintendo has
very
standards.
slow. Yes, because Nintendo has standards, but Nintendo's also very, very slow in rolling out these weapons for Splatoon.
And
Um,
when like, I will give Nintendo this. Like, when they do release a weapons haul, like, it is a significant amount of weapons when they release them. Like,
yes.
admittedly,
Hmm.
I will admit to that, but it's still like once a season. So like when we get the big update, the seasonal update change, then it's still like
Wait,
every 3 months, every 4 months.
wait. So
So like
you,
the last time we got a weapons update was at the start of the spring.
yeah, yeah, okay. But it was good.
Um,
Even the weapon updates, because I remember you were telling me about like we got new weapons. I absorbed
yeah,
all
you
those
saw me
weapons. I
completely
was
lose my
like,
shit over those.
yeah, I was like, fuck all these old weapons. I am all about these new weapons. So they had better rollers. They had better like the tri slosher stuff, like um the ultimates that went with them. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it.
But
Loved it. Loved
here's
it.
like my other biggest complaint is that we have new type of weapons. We have the Splatana and we have
Mm-hmm.
the um stringers. So the bow and arrow and basically the katanas. Like we still haven't. Like we're going into like what almost a year at this point. Not quite, but still like going into almost a year, and we haven't gotten any new weapons for them.
Mm-hmm.
We still
Wow.
have two variations of each of those
Yeah,
from
I
the
see.
beginning.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I think, hmm.
Like we're supposed to like so June 1st is when we get a new update.
Mm-hmm.
Um
June
we're
1st?
getting June.
Oh, okay, so it's this week. This week? No, next week.
Next, like
2
the
weeks.
following week, ma'am.
Not this week,
Post,
but the following week. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
post memo.
Mm-hmm. Post Momo.
Um. So like I've been kind of avoiding it. I've seen that we've been getting new rushes and new guns and things like that. I've been kind of avoiding the Twitter,
Mm.
Splatoon North America's Twitter, because they do actually make announcements. So like a lot of stuff I see first, it comes from them specifically. Um. So it's just I still don't know if we're getting a new Stringer or a new Splatana.
True. Hmm. What would you
Here's hoping because, like, again, the weapons releases are usually, like, really, really big.
right? Do you think they're going to do another weapons release on June 1st? What do
Oh,
you
yeah. No,
expect?
it's already been confirmed.
Oh,
We're
okay,
already
good.
seeing a lot of the weapons. Like, they pre-announced the weapons.
Hmm.
That's how I knew that when Splatoon 3
Oy.
first came out, I was going to get a Blah Blobber. Like, my main weapon. Still not the greatest, but, like, I was at least going to get a variation of a weapon I'm good at. Um, I'm also kind of annoyed with the maps that we're not getting a lot of new maps regularly, and then when we do get them, they still prioritize like old maps that were featured in the what is it demo Splatfest and a lot of like the Splatoon 2 maps. So we're
Mm.
not really getting like a huge variety. I wish that they, for
Yeah.
at least the first 3 weeks, so we're not like prioritizing the entire season, but like at least the first 3 weeks, it's like we're prioritizing like the new maps so everybody can try and get them.
I gotcha. I see. Now I understand. Like, okay, here's the thing.
Hmm.
And I was thinking about this before, about why they're so slow to roll these out, and including the maps, just everything. Do you
Hmm.
think the reason that they're so much slower in releasing that was because they released everything a little too quickly when it came to Animal Crossing?
I don't know.
Because with
Like
Animal
I
Crossing, they
like
were like, "Oh, we have like 3 years full of content or whatever," but they really didn't. They kind of rolled everything out pretty quickly, you know.
but
And
here's the thing, it's like I don't need for this to like maintain my attention.
it's not maintaining my attention. It's not maintaining the attention. It's just trying to allow the game to not die so fast. Because like even now, Animal Crossing is technically a dead game. People can still go on there, but there's nothing there to really get excited about. Whereas Splat and like in Splatoon, they're like, oh shit, we don't want this to be like a dead game. Well, which is not, because you know you have it's more action based,
Yeah.
shooter. Those are gonna just people will continue to love those. But like it's they don't want to churn out all the content that they had for the game so quickly, because then people will be like, okay, well I need more, or I'm bored, or like I don't want to play this anymore, and then they're just making it a little too slow. Like they haven't found the medium, like the good medium between the two. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
It does kind of make sense, but it's also like it's almost non-comparable.
No, no, no. It's not.
But yeah, I know what you're getting at, and you understand where I'm coming from with saying that, but it's just like there's Animal Crossing, which is almost like
It also carried us through the pandemic situation. I hope they put that in the
right.
history books.
I I I I feel like Animal Crossing cannot be comparable to almost anything with reason, and especially to Splatoon 3. With Animal Crossing, I think they were trying to release everything as fast as possible is because people were able to dedicate a shit ton of fucking time to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nintendo did care. Nintendo cared enough about Animal Crossing that they pushed it back to make sure it was great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then still kind of released it just, I think, what, like a week early-ish? Because we were really getting into like the pandemic real heavily.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
trying to, and they were pumping out new switches. They were pumping, like, just to be able to, like, in a sense, kind of take care of those stuck at home. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I understand Nintendo's like a major corporation. They do not
Yeah.
give a fuck about the individual, like,
Well,
legitimately.
well,
But
yes
they
and no.
do also
I feel
care.
like, yeah, I was supposed to say, I feel like they do
They're not
care.
going to listen specifically to my voice, but if I had a community that had a similar
Yes.
voice to me and we spoke up, they would listen to the community. They, again, don't care about the individual, they don't care about me individually, but I know I'm not alone with my opinion, so if I voice my opinions with my community, then we'll be heard.
Yeah.
Because they do care.
I can
Again,
understand the
as much as a major
individual.
corporation can.
Right. I can understand the individual aspect because, like, one small voice they probably won't do, but they do
Hmm.
have a good track record. If there's a lot more voices who complain, they are more than willing to change it. They'd be like, okay, we hear you. We're going to fix this kind of thing.
And the best example for that was the demo,
Yes,
Splatfest. It's
exactly.
because people lost their shit over the tricolor battles. Now, a lot of those people, and I'm going to kind of call you out a little bit,
Call me out.
you included, were bitching about the tricolor battle, but weren't actually giving any, like, real feedback. It's like, I get your, like,
I think it was more
y'all were
because,
upset about it.
well, in
But,
my defense, this is my
mhm,
defense. Because yes, I was in part of Splatoon 2, but I never had a battle. Like I never did a Splatfest for Splatoon 2 at all. So Splatoon
mhm.
3 was the game that had all the Splatfests for me. And y'all
You
were
joined after the last Splatfest had finished for Splatoon 2.
right.
That's what had happened for you, just as a reminder for our watchers and
Right,
stuff.
right, right. But for me, when I played it, and then we were all stoked about tricolor battles. Like I liked the original like the original like 2v2 or 4v4 teams, right?
One
None of
team versus another team,
yeah.
yes. Hmm.
But when the tricolor battles happened, even I recognized that. I was like, okay, this sucked. Like it sucked during the demo. And I was like, I don't know, because comparing from the like one team versus another team to three teams, trying to fight each other, I was like, this is so not balanced. I personally don't like it as a casual player. I cannot say why I don't like it, because again, I tried to voice it in a way that was for me a casual player to best describe it. But you guys who had more experience had a better opportunity to be like, I
Also,
know what is wrong with this. I
Also,
didn't. I
just
was just
for
like, mm-mm.
context, you were on defending team, by the way, for the tricolor battle. Back when it was still like the team that was in the lead, they were going to be the absolute defenders. Just as a reminder for
I,
that. So
I,
you
I don't
you
know.
had nothing but defense the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. So I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I remember the demo. I was like, as much as they hyped it up, I didn't quite like it as much. It seemed very, because I'm a gamer, I recognized
Yeah.
how unbalanced it was. It was very unbalanced. And I recognized it as just any kind of casual gamer could see. And I remember telling you this too, probably in a podcast. They had the meats. They have the things to make it better. I just don't know how they can. And they did it. They did it with this
Well,
recent
like you
Splatfest.
told me that, and I'm just like, you're justifiably, and like I will always say, it's like you had every right to be really frustrated with that,
Hmm.
and you had every right to voice your opinion about that. But I'm like, you're like, not just you, but like a lot of people are going online complaining about this and not giving feedback. And I asked you specifically, I'm like, how would you fix this? And you're like, I don't know. And I'm like,
But that's
okay,
because
here,
the reason
let
why I
me
don't know is
tell.
because I was unexperienced. And that was my
Right,
first
but
one.
we were on Sturgeon Shipyard, which was a
Hmm.
map from Splatoon 2. So it was a familiar map that it's like I looked you in the eye and I told you, I'm like, okay, this is how we fix this. Like
Hmm.
this is how we fix this. It's like you have to give them examples. I'm like, it's not fair. Like, A, the map is way too big. And I'm glad that they have taken the effort to kind of like bring in the maps more and make them
Hmm.
more condensed. Um, like that's the first thing. Second thing is that where the defenders were placed were not ideal. Y'all
I
were
agree.
directly across from
Hmm.
each other. Y'all need to be offset more.
Yep.
Um, like
Because it's one.
again, kind of similar how Sturgeon Shipyard, like most Splatoon maps are. It's like um just regular turf wars. It's like the teams are opposite one another, but they're always kind of slightly offset from one another.
Hmm.
That's what needs to happen with the defenders. Um, Secondly, Sturgeon Shipyard was the fucking worst um first attempt for a tricolor battle. It really was. They really should not have done that. They should have picked something different. Like yes, we should have stuck with a map that everybody who's played Splatoon 2 is at least familiar with,
Yeah.
but it should not have been Sturgeon Shipyard. And I gave you examples. I'm like, this is how, like, this is what they need to take into
Well, yeah.
consideration.
But again, it's because you
Because
had
people are going
experience.
to complain. Well, like, it's not just experience, because I was an attacking team. I didn't know what it was like as a defender,
Hmm.
but I did know as an attacker, our asses were handed to us on multiple occasions by the
Hmm.
defenders. Like it was to a point that I'm like, I don't really remember winning most of my tricolor battles, honestly,
For
from the
me,
demo.
I was about to say, I do remember winning a few and losing a few too. It was, but like I said, I do remember with the biggest critique, because I already told you, I was like, I was open. I was like, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how you could fix it. This is my very first Splatfest. It was a demo, but it was still my very first Splatfest. So I don't know how to fix it because we just don't. But that also because so this is my argument to come back
Hmm.
your argument
Hmm.
that because you're like, oh well, they don't. I mean, it's you can complain, but y'all don't really know. Well, even if we didn't know, if you brought in a new player aka like any of the new players who haven't played a Splatfest before, like myself.
But
And
that, like, that's your
hold on.
argument
No,
is
no,
like
no,
it's
no.
playing a Splatfest.
Wait a second. When I started like playing and you bring in a new player and we automatically are like, this is the Splatfest? Like, this is what everyone's hyped for? That is a big, like, red flag to Nintendo to be like, oh, not even everyone can, like, not even the new players. I mean, even the new players who haven't played before are recognizing something is wrong with this. Again, we didn't know how. I knew it was unbalanced. I already knew it was unbalanced, but we didn't know how to fix it. But if it left a bad taste in all the new players' mouths, that I think was a big enough red flag for Nintendo to be like, okay, we need to rework some things, which they have throughout the time since the demo. Every single Splatfest that I've seen has like improved little by little by
Yeah,
little by
each
little.
one has been improving. Yes.
Yes, each Splatfest I have seen like absolute improvement on. But it's not like to say, oh, the new players, y'all just complained and all that. But it's not that. It's the fact that even if we complain as new players on a new game, that's an automatic red flag. Like the experts, you and Chelsea and whoever's been playing longer, would be like, oh yes, it's the maps, it's this, it's that. Y'all can point it out, but for a new player who never had a chance and we're like, this doesn't feel balanced or this doesn't feel good. It left a bad taste in our mouth kind of thing. I can understand why they were complaining. Yeah, we probably didn't know why, but the fact that when we played it, we're like, this isn't great. At least if we recognize that, at least that's a major red flag in any game that you play, any game. If you sense that the majority of people are also in agreement, I was like, there's something wrong with this. We don't know what, but we know that there's something wrong. It's a red flag. We need to fix it, kind of thing. Kumo says, also, not everyone is a game designer. I can play a game and not like it without knowing how to make it better. That is true. Because, like, again, we have played many a games, shooters, stuff like that. And nothing against Nintendo, because, again, Nintendo listens to the people. We have played
Better
many a
than
game.
most.
Honestly, I agree. Because Nintendo,
I'm
like I
not going to
said,
say they're perfect about listening, but it's like they are significantly better than most. And being in like on the fringe of like the Call of Duty fandom, more
yes.
specifically very deep into the unhinged part of the Call of Duty fandom, but still like
Well, you know what?
actually on the fringe of actual Call of Duty fandom. A lot of people are complaining about Activision and what they're doing
That's what
with
I
like
mean.
Modern Warfare 2.
In
It's like,
comparison to
and
just Activision or
but
Blizzard
again, it's
or
Activision,
anything,
so
they do not
are we
listen to their
surprised?
people. No, no, no.
No, they don't.
They do not listen to their people. They do not. Nintendo, on the other hand, they're like, oh, a lot of people are raising hell about this. We really do need to fix all the red flags. And they have done it little by little by little by little with each Splatfest. And the critiques that they have drastically improved, which is why I think.
But here's where my argument comes in with you, and I am going to interrupt you at this point. It's like
Oh wait,
you
wait,
keep
before you
saying
do,
Splat. No, you
wait.
keep
No, no,
saying
no. Hold on. Before you
Splatfest.
interrupt, because I was not done. I was gonna say, with this recent Splatfest that we had, I think the reason why people were raving about it, and even when I had FOMO, was because that was probably the most balanced Splatfest, and so many people had so much fun with it that they were like, "This is how it should be." Something like that. Yes, it was a themed Splatfest, right? Of course, because it was Tears of the Kingdom, but they're like, if we can do that with just a regular Splatfest and make it as balanced as it is, then we've got something. You know, that was probably the best improvement with how the maps are. But go ahead, continue.
You keep saying Splatfest, and it's not. It doesn't like you're like, oh, I never played a Splatfest previously. Splatfest previously were a 24-hour thing that was only Turf Wars. That's it.
I meant tricolor
So it's
battles
like
then.
you're not missing anything from a previous Splatfest. What you're complaining about specifically is the tricolor battle.
Yes, thank you for correcting me. Yep, it's tricolor.
And that's what I've been trying to correct you about. It's not the Splatfest itself, it is the tricolor battle. And so, like, we were at serious risk of losing the tricolor battle because everyone was complaining about it but not giving anything specific. And you can complain about it, but nobody was giving anything really specific except for the few people that are like, no, you need to like take this into consideration, take this into consideration. A lot of things I was seeing, specifically on, again, Splatoon North America's Twitter account,
Mm-hmm.
like the official Twitter account, there are some spoof ones. Um, Back when you could actually tell what was official and what wasn't. They People were just complaining. It was like the worst game possible. Like it was so unfair. It was so unbalanced. And it's like they were giving no feedbacks. And like this time, you're like, oh, it was really good. It was really balanced because yeah, there was actual balance amongst the teams. Like not one team had like all of the great players, which happens. It always happens. It happened back when we only had like a two-player team or like a two person Splatfest or whatever. Like we this one is different because we had more players into it. Overall, objectively, like all of the teams were extremely balanced.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like a real domination of one team over
Mm-hmm.
everybody else. And that's what made it fun.
I agree.
Uh,
I don't like,
Like
see, for
yes,
me, I don't like playing a game. And I know some people do. I'm just not that person. I don't like playing a game where it's just too easy. Whether they kill me too easily or I kill them too easily.
agreed.
I actually prefer a challenge. I like to be challenged. I like someone to fight me and challenge me. Yeah, because I love confrontation. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I like to be challenged. I don't
But
like things
that's
that are
what
too
makes a
easy.
good
I
game. Like
agree.
I love like a really nice, clean, like turf war.
Yes.
And like nice and clean, it makes it so satisfying. But what really gets my blood pumping, what really is like a great game, is like when it's fucking messy and I can't really tell at a
Yes.
look at the map. It's like who's gonna fucking win? Because you
Exactly.
know, you've played with me,
Yeah.
you've streamed with you and stuff like that. Y'all hear me when I'm just like, I will look at the map and I'm like, okay, we have it, they have it, I can't really
Hmm.
tell. I love it when the map is so fucking messy that it's like I can't
It's a
tell.
very close game. I love close games. I do. Even if we lose, I still love a close game because then you see how, I guess, how everyone plays. And that to me, I'm like, that's a good game. Close
Hmm.
games shows how serious we are. We both are evenly matched, but you got it by like a fraction of like a percentage, right? Kind of
Like
thing.
that 1 point
Yeah.
lose, that's that hurts your soul.
It
Like a
does
one
hurt your
point
soul,
lose, but
but
it's good.
it's
It's like
good. It's a good pain. It's a good fucking pain. We're like, we were so close. We almost fucking did it. It's
it's
so
like if I
nice.
had gotten one more bubble off, like just like right there at the last second.
Yeah. Because again, we've obliterated other teams before. I mean, there's a
Yes.
clip of me that I have on TikTok where you and I we zoomed through
Yep.
less than a minute. We completed the game, easy
And
peasy, done.
that was a ranked battle
That
too.
was a ranked battle, but like we were like, okay, we're gonna do this, done. But also, we like a challenge. We just do, or at least I
But
do.
like I've absolutely in turf wars been decimated by another team.
Oh, same.
Like it's like 72 to like 21%.
Right. Like a lot of them do camp, and like when camping is a thing, like they can do that. But like,
And I will tell you that's been an improvement the entire
yeah,
time. Like from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 3 is that they have worked tirelessly to try and make each map uncampable.
yeah. Which I see. I actually prefer it. Like you can from Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3. I've noticed it
Hmm.
very much. I've noticed it, and I like that. I really do. Um, but all in all, like other than the campers, which let them play the way they
There's
play.
nothing you're gonna to be able to do about
No,
that. Campers
they're
are
just
gonna
people like
camp. It
that.
doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Like I know
But
Call of Duty
that's
has it really
fine.
bad.
Oh
Platoon has it
yeah.
really bad. I'm sure Overwatch can have it. I'm sure what is it? Apex
And when I mean
has it really
camping,
bad.
yeah, it's like when I mean camping, I don't mean just like in one position. I do mean like spawn camping.
Uh-huh.
That's what I mean by camping. Like I don't care if it's any other position, but spawn camping itself, That irks me because I'm like, come on,
But
bro.
fuck those fucking snipers that camp
Yeah.
at like that. I like fuck them
Oh my
specifically.
God, that's
With
funny.
utmost love and
Go
respect,
hug a
but still.
cactus. Go hug a cactus.
Stump your toe on
Yeah.
a stair.
Step on a Lego. I hope you step on a Lego randomly. Anyway. Anyway.
Damn, Ricey, that's a little too harsh.
Yeah.
That's a little too violent.
Yeah. I was like, go step on a Lego. Um, or go hug a
But yeah,
cactus.
no, like the Splatfest with the tricolor battles, like again, it's like we were at like a very, very severe risk of almost losing them because of just people complaining without anything directional. You at least, and I will give you this, you at least were like, it doesn't feel balanced. You were able to at least convey that, even if you weren't able to me convey like how it was imbalanced or how
Mm-hmm.
you felt like it could be rebalanced or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Because again,
but
I didn't know
at the
how.
very
Like, I
least,
didn't know.
you had the key word of unbalanced
Yes.
with
Well,
it.
yeah, because I've played other games. I know how other games can be balanced, but this I didn't know like, oh, Nintendo could adjust the maps. It could do this, it could do that. Because again, not a lot of other games do that. They don't.
Hmm.
They just don't bother. But with Splatoon, and now I've recognized it,
Hmm.
it's been a few months.
And even you admitted it when I started giving you examples. You're like, yeah, no, like
If they can
just the
do that,
bare minimum
yeah,
of that would have improved like this round
drastically.
significantly. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because again, this as much as I played Splatoon,
Hmm.
Splatoon is still very new to me. I'm not used to it. It's like if I stick you in Valorant, God forbid,
Uh,
if I throw you in
mm,
Valorant and you're like, well, this feels unbalanced. Yeah, but why? You wouldn't be able to tell me, right? It's just you'd be like, well, I'm not used to this game. I really can't say because you don't know if like, oh, they can change the maps, which they do. They can change
but again,
like,
it goes back to my argument is like you have played Splatoon. We started on
yeah,
Sturgeon
but
Shipyard. You played Sturgeon Shipyard with me previously in
I'm not
Splatoon
talking
2.
turf
It's
wars. I'm not talking turf wars because turf wars are fine. It's strictly tricolor battles is what most of my complaints were for. Was tricolor battles.
right. And that's what like what I am still talking about. It's like you have played that. So like
Now,
how does
yes.
it feel different between a tricolor battle and a regular turf war? Like why is it not balanced? I'm going
Well,
to complain about it because I've never played Valorant.
oh yeah,
You
yeah.
have played Splatoon. You have played that map before as regular turf wars. It's like
Like I do like the concept of two v4. I think that's
yes.
great. I do like that. They did very
Again,
very
Sturgeon Shipyard was legitimately probably the
right.
worst map they could have picked to start, like,
Yeah, I think
to
that's the
demo
thing.
with
I
Tricolor
think it's
Battle.
the majority is the map, and the way now that I can say that now because
Yeah.
when I played on Scorch Gorge, aka the pyramid, whatever. The pyramid, oh my god, is so good. I wish they could keep it. Because the pyramid,
I'm a little offended that they put so much effort into this specific Splatfest and not any of the
but
previous ones.
this could be a good thing. If they saw cuz again, when I was reading on Twitter, everyone
Hmm.
was just raving about it. I didn't see a single complaint, not one, other than like the people who are like, "Oh, I lost" or whatever. Psh. But
Oh
like
yeah, just regular butthurt shit,
yeah,
yeah.
butthurt cheat. Yeah. So, but like the map itself, not a single complaint. Everyone was raving about like this map is like for tricolor specifically was
Hmm.
amazing. Loved
My
it. And I
my only
thought,
complaint with it is that it is not uh quote unquote new person friendly. So people who've
oh
never
right, right,
played a
yes.
tricolor battle, it's not very friendly for them at all.
Right. But if we had something similar, not it doesn't have to be a pyramid, but it could be like a giant tower or something. Something similar where we paint our side, but we have to meet in the middle, kind of trying to take over like the main area in the center, which is like
Hmm.
how it was. I think it's more balanced that way.
I
I
would
thought,
disagree.
okay, why would you disagree?
Okay, so like the Triforce, the triangle worked great
Yeah.
because it was nice and small, and we had like our defenders, our four defenders
Mm-hmm.
against like the
The
two teams of two attackers.
mm-hmm.
it worked great, but like when we start to get outside of that, because we do want new maps, we do
Yes,
want like
yes, yes,
new
yes.
stuff and things
Hmm.
like that, it's not going to work because again, it goes back to dividing the defenders on either side of the map.
That's what I
I
mean.
don't.
If we could recreate like they did for Scorch Gorge, recreate just the map specifically for the tricolor battles, like they
Mhm,
did for this season.
mhm.
I think that would change how we view tricolor battles specifically, because most of the complaints isn't for turf wars, because everyone's like having a good time with turf wars, but
Turf
it's
wars are easy. You can't really fuck them up.
right, right, right. Because again, they have done turf wars for years. They have already mastered how to do that.
Yeah.
But tricolored battles specifically,
Mm.
this I think, like if they could just make a specific map, kind of like kind of like how they did the this season, it would go very very well. Like it's gonna like if they did something cool with what's that one map you said that I absolutely adored, that you said I would
Mahi
adore?
Mahi Resort.
Yes,
I knew
Mahi
you would love it. I'm
Mahi
so glad
Resort.
we got it back for you because I knew you would love that map so much.
Yeah, so Mahi Mahi Resort, if they did something like that, and I actually do like Mahi Mahi Resort because it's
Mhm.
more, it's you can do like the circular thing, right? Because
And
it's
I
all
warned you very early on. I'm like, hey, it's gonna frustrate the shit out of you the first couple of times you play this, but you are going to end up loving this map.
it's not frustrating, but it is love. I do love it because it's again very challenging. I love
Well, like
challenges.
again, as like you had never played it before, so
Hmm.
I'm just like, hey, it's gonna move on you a lot. It's gonna take you a minute. It's gonna be frustrating to learn how to work this map, but
Right.
once you figure it out, you're gonna love it.
But can you imagine doing that for a tricolor battle? I think it would work out better
I'm
because
kind of
again,
I
it's
don't know
smaller.
if it would work out better, quote
Well,
unquote, but
it's a
like
it's a smaller map, okay? Because most of the people end up meeting in the middle anyway, right? Because you have one like line to go through, and then the giant platform that rises
I
and
think we
falls.
would have to like really modify it to something
Exactly.
similar to what they do. Hear me out. Have you ever played the tower control on Mahi Mahi Resort?
Yes.
So you know that it's kind of bigger.
Yes.
So I think
At
we would
least for
have to
tower
make it a
control.
little, huh?
Yes, for tower control, they had to make it bigger because you
They
could.
had to make it
Yeah.
bigger. So I don't think I think they'll have to seriously overhaul the map because they do overhaul the maps. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you paid attention, but they overhauled. You can tell what map is going to be used for the tricolor battle
Mm-hmm.
because they end up modifying and tweaking maps. Because I noticed something that I don't remember which one it was. It may have been like the last Splatfest or something, where I'm like, oh hey, they changed this map like a week later. Splatfest comes around, we get to the tricolor battles, and we use that map. I'm like, oh, that's why we like that's changed. So I think if we end up using Mahi Mahi Resort, they're gonna really, really change it. And I don't think that's gonna be I don't think people are gonna be a fan of that, honestly.
I think if they do it right, they can be. But the only reason I chose Mahi Mahi Resort is because even with
Mm,
Turf War, it was like, yeah, you could probably reach the other team's base, but the
mhm.
reality is like how we can control the center area, which is very much like what tricolor battles were like, at least for this season. I thought if they had to overhaul it, I think that would be fine. I don't think that they should. I think they should keep the like moving platforms going up and down. I think they should keep that for a tricolor battle because I think that'd be amazing, right? Just
Oh,
equally
agreed.
refreshing.
I wish there were more dynamic tricolor battles.
Yeah, I think they should
I
keep
just
that.
also wish that there were more dynamic, like Splatoon 3 new maps,
Right.
honestly.
But if
Because
they, oh well, yeah, I wish they. I mean, they didn't release all the maps yet, though, right?
no, but you can
Yeah.
already see, like, you know what's the new maps. I will tell you the difference between a Splatoon 3 map and a Splatoon 1 map when we get new maps.
Yeah.
Um, because you're already super familiar with anything coming from Splatoon 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, that it's like the Splatoon 3 maps are not dynamic. At least, fortunately enough, we are getting like the dynamic maps from Splatoon 1, but it's like we're not getting anything new.
Right.
And that's the problem. We are now going into a second game with not very dynamic maps because a lot of the new maps from Splatoon 2 were not dynamic. So I
But
just wish they were more dynamic.
but I am all over. Like I am open to having them like edit the maps for specific tricolor battles. Because again, when it comes to Splatoon 3, other
Mm-hmm.
than the weapons, that which being the biggest complaint,
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with Splatoon 3. It's literally just the weapons for me. That is my own personal big complaint. I cuz
The weapons are a main complaint. Like, I understand slowly rolling out the clothing and the attires and stuff like that.
yeah, but like
Um,
I can live without a lot of that. Some of them I like
yeah,
if there is a clothing or attire or whatever that I like, I'm pretty much going to stick to it. So I'm not
yeah.
too upset about it. But the weapons is a huge hindrance to me because like there might be a weapon that I like, but I'm just like I don't love it. There hasn't been a weapon to
Hmm.
this day that I love, right? Yeah,
You really did love that new roller that I
I do
told
like
you
the
about,
roller.
though.
Yes, I do like the roller with the Kraken
But
whatever.
that's in comparison to everything else,
Yes,
so.
in comparison to everything else. I can't make a final actual like decision because even when I did the roller, I was like, all right, well, I'm done with that. I kind of want to just do the bucket, right? There
Yeah.
wasn't a specific weapon that I could be like, this is my main. That's what I need. I need a main. I don't have that yet. That kind of
And
thing.
that's also one of my big complaints too about it is like none of like sure I have a blah blah but I'm like this is I can't use this weapon because it doesn't have a side weapon I can use and it doesn't have like an ult I can use. Like I don't have to have both that I can use. I function really well with either one or the other, but I can't even use either of them.
That see that yeah, I can
Like I'll
understand that too.
bust it out like I'm most effective with it in Splat Zone for ranked battles. But that's it.
That makes sense. Well, anyway, that has been a full hour, I think, of Splatfest. Do you want to talk? I don't think we even have a chance to talk about
I
Tears of the
like
Kingdom.
I feel like if I'm like here's the kingdom, you're gonna like
It's going to be another 2 hours. So,
yeah, and I want to go play. Like I need to finish playing Sky. I want to go
oh,
play.
yeah.
I
Okay.
want to go play Tears.
I think this was honestly, I'm very glad we did talk Splatfest because we actually had a good debate, you and I. I think it was
Yeah.
good getting our points across from two different perspectives. And I'm glad that, what is it, Kumo brought up Overwatch because fucking Blizzard don't listen to the people and I'm pissed about it. Like, I don't even play
Blizzard
Overwatch.
and Activision because I know like
Right.
other games and other fandoms under other in other Activision um games are mad and because Activision just doesn't listen.
It's not even, yeah, it's that, but also Blizzard has a bunch
Mm.
of just scandal after scandal. They keep
Oh yeah.
they keep shooting
Every
themselves in the
time.
foot every single time. They keep shooting or digging them their own graves. They're digging their own
Mm-hmm.
graves. And
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not an Overwatch player per se,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
not a big like I like playing with my friends, but even my friends could see like I'm just there to shoot things and that's it and have a good
Mm-hmm.
time. That's all. That's how I play.
And
But
that's why you like Splatoon so much.
exactly. I like any shooter. That's how I play with any shooter. I don't take any of those games too seriously. I take puzzle games seriously.
Oh yeah.
Shooter games? Nah. Just there for a good time with friends. Um, so I do feel bad that Overwatch is that's pretty bad news for Overwatch. But Nintendo though, Nintendo is really pulling ahead of the main kind of I
And
guess
they've been
game
doing
company.
that since the release of the Switch,
Yep,
honestly.
they have been. I'm pretty sure they've been the kings of all of that because even PlayStation had its own set of scandals with releasing the PlayStation 5 and not having a lot of it come out, so it's so hard, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
boosted prices for the PlayStation 5. So, like, I don't think I'll ever get a PlayStation 5 to be honest, because they're just impossible to
Agreed.
get. But I think it's better now. But like by this point, there's no point. There's not a
Yeah.
game that interests me enough to get a PlayStation 5. But
Yeah, especially if you already have like a PlayStation 4, in all
exactly.
honesty.
Yeah, I'm okay with my PlayStation 4 and they're still rolling out games for the PlayStation 4. Except my PlayStation 4 is very old, so it sounds like I'm taking off on a rocket kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very old. but I love it. There's no reason for me to get a five. There isn't. Um, but with all the other games coming out, which I'm very excited for, Nintendo has taken the cake,
Yeah.
and I think it's gonna be a hard to beat kind of thing. Even Steam rolled out their Steam Deck, which is like a Switch, but for like the PC, like games, you know.
Yeah.
And that I've heard that wasn't that good. It's not as good as the Switch because the Switch, Nintendo just has something. Nintendo has something that is going to keep them on
Because
top, and they keep
it's
rolling out.
not just Nintendo, it's most specifically the Switch because the Switch came out and it had a lot of stuff, but it also didn't have a lot of stuff
Hmm.
for it. So it gave indie developers like a lot of
Yes,
opportunity to create something and get it onto like a major platform.
I will also say yes with the indie developers, but I'm an Otome game player. I love visual novels. A lot of the visual novels that I had for my PlayStation Vita, which is,
Hmm.
the OG Switch before the Switch became the Switch. I had all of my Otome games and stuff for the PlayStation Vita. Now Nintendo is pulling those games that were specifically for the Vita to the Switch, which I love because I love my Otome games. And I'm like, oh my god, all of the games I love are now going ported to the Switch. It's not an indie developer by any means, but like this is nice that developers are working with Nintendo as well instead of just PlayStation. And I think
It's
Nintendo's
an,
gonna have a
yeah,
huge market. Go ahead.
I was about to say it's nice that Nintendo is now this, specifically the Switch is now just this platform that people want to port to.
Yes, and I love it. I'm here for it because a lot of
I'm
the
still waiting for fucking Journey.
it's I think Journey is exclusively. Oh no, because yeah, you're right because Sky's on the Switch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that could
Mhm.
be a thing.
Which is interesting because it was a mobile game,
Mm-hmm.
which is fantastic. It was a mobile game that was ported to the Switch and then was ported to the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
That it came to the Switch first was just kind of shocking.
Right. So, oh, you're talking Sky.
Sky,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so now I'm just waiting for Journey. I want
I
Journey.
I was about to
My
say I
husband has a
think
PlayStation 4. I have to hook it up to the TV. And I could just go, but I would have to hook it up to the TV.
yeah I was about to say Journey for the Switch would actually open up a new it will introduce it to a new generation who've never
Hmm.
played it because again the Switch generation is a completely different generation than
Hmm.
PlayStation. It was PlayStation 3, wasn't it?
It
Journey
was a
came out.
PlayStation 3, yes.
Yes.
It
So,
also not just like a new generation, but a completely different demographic.
mm-hmm. It's going to be definitely a
'Cause-
younger demographic, but I think the younger demographic would love it because it's a
yeah.
phenomenal game. Phenomenal. And I know that they had something similar with Abzu, which is like a water. You would hate it. It's a water
Okay.
exploration game, like it's a sea exploration game because you have thalassophobia. You would hate it. So
Yeah.
they have it's like an underwater exploration game, but it has the same kind of things of Journey with the music and the cinematography and like the how beautiful it is and like the storytelling aspects is very similar to Journey. I think that, that itself, I think it's already ported to the Switch, so I'm sure Journey could be ported to the Switch too. Unless Sony has a hard grip on it, which I don't think they do. I really don't.
It wouldn't surprise me if Sony actually did have a hard grip on Journey,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, now that you mention it, which makes me sad because it like I want to play Journey. Like I mentioned it previously that when that Switch and PlayStation all each have like specific items that you can purchase through those respected stores specifically for Sky.
Mm-hmm.
So for the Switch, you have custom capes. One is red with a plus, like you have stamina bars on your back, and they're going to either be a plus or a minus. So you have a red cape and a blue cape to
Mm-hmm.
represent the red and blue Joy Cons of the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have other stuff. I think there's supposed to be like a Legend of Zelda like hairstyle or something like
Yes.
that. So you have this package specifically for the Switch, and then the and you also have like a little area you can unlock specifically for the Switch, or that you can purchase through the Switch that you can have access to your game either when you play on mobile or on PlayStation. But for PlayStation, that little like outfit package that you can buy is specifically Journey.
Yeah.
It's not the game, but specifically a Journey cape and a Journey hat. So you look like the little Journey character running around, and I see them in game, and I'm just like, I want your shit. You look so cute.
That's the one thing you're trying to find in Sky. That's your main thing.
All I have to do is just create a PlayStation account, get on my husband's fucking account, like PlayStation 4, download Sky to it, purchase it through the PlayStation, and I'd have access it for my Switch.
But then you have to connect it to your TV.
Yeah, I was about to say, but I'm lazy and I'm hyper fixated on
Right.
Tears of the Kingdom right now.
Oh
So
my
that's
god, which is what I'm going to be playing this afternoon again. I think we're going to go
yeah.
to Goron Mountain.
Ooh, I'm down in the Gerudo Valley right now.
Oh, so because they're not in any particular order, right? You can just go anywhere.
So it's really weird that I did want to kind of talk about this super quick.
Okay, because I was like, we have 10 minutes. Go.
I know. So I think it's very weird that I complained about the tutorial to you that it is very linear and extremely structured.
I cannot. It was so frustrating because my husband had the same kind of reaction. It was so frustrating because I'm like, I know you hate the tutorial, but I promise you it gets better. But I can't spoil anything for you guys because I want you to experience it for yourself. But I promise,
because it is an experience.
It is, and I was like, but I promise you, because anyone who knows me, if you are like, I don't want spoilers, I will hold that. I will hold you to that. I will not spoil anything unless you specifically ask me to, because I don't like being spoiled myself.
Same.
I like to experience it for the first time with new eyes and all of that. Like, if I ask for help, then yes, but like, I do not want any details whatsoever because I want to experience it all for the first time. And I do that to my friends as well. I'm like, ooh, because you were complaining about the tutorial, and I'm like, oh, honey, I wish I could tell you, but I can't. Just trust me. Tutorial is, once you're done with that, your mind is it's gonna be so much better, so much better. And my husband was like, well, because he was complaining the same thing. The tutorial is like, it's always focused on crafting. Like, why can't I do anything else? I'm like, just wait.
But here's the thing, for me, it's like I'm complaining about this shit when it's like all of this is explained in shrines that aren't even on the fucking tutorial island.
Yes and no. Because again, I think the reason, and I still believe this, the reason why the tutorial islands, whatever, was a big thing was because they had to drill in your head what the new powers are. Because you're not going to get anything that was similar to what it was in Breath of the Wild. All of that, scrap.
That's what the shrines are for.
Yeah.
The shrines teach you how to use those things. Okay, so you have four, what is it? Four shrines on the tutorial. No, you end up with 4.
Yes, eventually. But for the majority of the time that you're on the islands, you have 3.
Right. But still, you have 4 shrines that teach you like the very basics of that shit, and then the other shrines throughout the game explain how to do it.
Right, but
I learned more about how to use like the constructs.
Yes.
In the shrines than I fucking did on the goddamn island.
Right.
On Tutorial Island.
I realized, but this is the thing. I'm going to argue with this. I understand where Nintendo is coming from when they did that. Because if they gave all the constructs during, like, in your time on the island, they gave it to you all there, you would be bored in discovering them on the mainland.
I'm talking about the rockets and the mirrors and the shit like that. I'm talking about fucking basic gliders. Like, I learned how to use a fucking glider in a shrine.
Oh, yeah.
Not on top of Snow Mountain or whatever the fuck that was.
To use a glider?
While I was struggling, like, while I was dying. Like, that is not the place to try and teach people how to use that stuff. It's safely in the shrines is where you would be teaching them this.
Wait, where did you get your glider? Because I got mine from Pura.
Not your paragliders, the construct glider, the little bird thing.
Oh, those. The first.
Yeah,
Okay.
those, like the fucking constructs. It's like how to use the constructs, how to use your powers, like just how to fucking build shit needs to be within the fucking shrines
I
and not
disagree.
all over Tutorial Mountain.
I disagree with that because I don't like I personally, but then again, I'm a different player, right? I don't
Yes, you are more of a constructive player than I am. Like
yes.
I am just like I'm like I will avoid using this at all fucking costs.
Yes, I actually like to use the stuff in a creative way. My husband is just like you. He's very practical, and I told him this because he was struggling trying to get through the ice mountain, like going up it, because he was like, "Well, I don't know where to go. I don't know how to do this." He thought very practically. I think very creatively. Maybe not like to the point of making a mecha suit kind of creative because I'm not that
Mhm.
creative. But I had more fun learning outside of the shrines how to make things and create things and craft things that yes, most of it breaks, but I have more joy in making those things than I like outside of the shrines than I did in the shrines. But I do like the shrines for teaching me how to use like a rocket to my shield kind of thing. A shrine taught me that. I was like, "Oh, they're teaching me concepts of creativity that I have yet to discover." I love that. I had no problem with that on Tutorial Island. Not at all. But I did have a problem with Tutorial Island in the way of everything has to be crafted to get to one
Yeah.
place. I don't like that. I don't like that it's very heavily based on all the crafting stuff in tutorial because I like the freedom to choose whether I could do that or climb a mountain and jump off it or use a power to ascend or something like that. I like the freedom to do either or of those things, right? But
Yeah.
again, I'm that kind of player. I don't like my husband plays very practically, which I love the way
Mhm.
I love seeing how his mind works and some of these things. Very funny. But I also understand your complaints with Tutorial Island because
But like
you and my husband had
you're
the
like
same
Snow
complaints.
Mountain isn't like a big problem for me. I was able to get up fucking fine. Like I
Yeah,
found a
he was
back way. Like I had a really great recipe that gave me frost resist for
yeah,
12
no.
minutes. Like that wasn't the problem, but the fuck that it's like how the fuck do I get down from here because I don't have the paraglider and they give me these stupid fucking constructs that aren't working? Like
Oh, yeah. You got to figure
I
it out.
had to completely fucking backtrack just to get down without killing myself.
Oh, I use so
Because
I
they're
think
not teaching you how to use the fucking constructs or how to use these items. They're just forcing you to use these powers. And I'm like, cool, I keep dying because I freeze to death because it's not telling me how to fucking do this because I still didn't have the warp at that time.
see
That was the most frustrating thing. Like, the fact that Tutorial Island was so linear, so structured, and took so fucking long to get through, to get
mhm,
to do anything, was almost a major turnoff. Like, you're like, oh, Tricolor Battles almost turned me off from Splatoon.
yeah.
I'm like, cool. Tutorial Island nearly fucking ruined Tears of the Kingdom for me. Like, legitimately. Having played very thoroughly Breath of the Wild, with the Great Plateau, it's just like, cool, go wherever you want. These are the four shrines you gotta go to. Don't get yourself killed. This is like, cool, don't fall off the fucking map.
A
Watch out
lot.
for these things. It's like, you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything unless you have to use this shit.
I think the things that frustrate you are the things that excite me. I think that's where we differ
And it's
because
like, I'm like,
because
I'm like,
all those
cool,
things
this is good. Like I get some people are like all for this, but I'm like, I'm not here for a crafting game. I'm here for an adventure game.
right. I think that's the
And your
difference
crafting
between
is keeping from the adventure.
I think that's the difference between you and me, and I think that's how they separated the players, which I've seen in the tutorial. This only happened in Tutorial Island, right?
Yeah, because you can avoid all of this shit once you get onto
Right.
Hyrule.
So I already mentioned I'm a very big puzzle game person.
Yes,
I
I love the
love
puzzles.
No, I'm talking about just in general. I love puzzle games. If there's something that I haven't seen or don't know how to use, I will try everything to figure it out. And for me, that gives me a lot of dopamine. I like figuring shit out for myself, but I think that's the problem that I had in my childhood is just hyper independent. So I like figuring shit out for myself, solving these puzzles on my own, or solving how to figure out what these constructs do by myself, right? And of course, I've
Yeah.
done some shrines who've introduced me to new constructs that I haven't seen before, or like really tell me how to properly use the construct that I've used before. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how they would, like another way to use this. But it, for me, I didn't have that problem, that kind of frustration you did. But I think, again, the things that frustrated you are the things that I'm like, oh, this is nice. Let me figure this out. I can do it. And then I get, because like to a point where I'll try and we'll do the bird. We'll do the bird thing, okay? When I
Okay.
was on Tutorial Island with the giant flying
Okay.
bird, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I don't know how I didn't even know to put it on the rails, right? I was
Yeah.
just like, we're gonna go try it out at the very edge, step on the very tip, and we'll just fly off with the fan, right? It worked. I died, but it worked. But I was
See,
like,
here's the thing.
but
Like,
then
I had the fans. I put the fans on there. I put them like, okay, we'll just put them like logically where fans should go on the tail and on the wings.
but you
Like
can't if you're using,
balance.
yeah, but you can't if you're using a bird thing because the bottom of the bird, if you're putting it on the rails, the fan is too big to go underneath it, like for them to ride the rails. So I had to put it on top. Like it's stuff like that. I'm like,
Well,
okay, so it
yeah,
doesn't
but
work like
they
this.
don't give you any examples on how to like work this out. It's like I came across this on another island. There are a bunch of shit like
Hmm.
fuck ton of islands up in the sky. I ended up on another island and it's just like cool, like one with like even like a fucking controller for it. But it's just like they had the fans on top and I'm just like, oh, that's how I should have done that. But I had 3 hearts freezing to death and I didn't want to keep fucking having a game over screen because it's like they're not telling me how to fucking use this.
Yeah, I for me, I don't
Like,
like. So I don't.
sure, you can show me how to use this. Don't put me in a life or death situation to try and figure it out because I'm just gonna quit and I'm gonna progress the game elsewhere.
I was about to say I didn't have a problem with that, but that's just me. Like that's just me. I had a good time. The thing again, I think it's the things that frustrate you do not frustrate me, but just as much as things that would frustrate me would not frustrate you. With the
But we
concept of
haven't
game,
come across that yet.
yet,
Is
yet.
my thing is like we haven't come across that yet because it's like cool. We had Breath of the Wild.
Mhm.
I played Breath of the Wild apparently a lot more than you did because you're like, where the fuck is all this? And I'm like,
No,
it's
it's
in the
not that you
exact
played
same
more
fucking
than I
place as
did.
last time.
No, it's like it's not that you played more than I did. It's just I genuinely forgot everything. Like I genuinely forgot everything. I forgot that we built a town from the ground up last time. Uh, hold on. It's funny how the tables
Like
have
a lot of
turned.
things have
Utterly,
also changed.
yes. It's funny how the tables have turned. Already utterly dismissive. Abby struggled being a new player, just like Abby was dismissed flat with concerns. No, 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 no. It's
No,
not.
I didn't dismiss her Splatfest concerns. I called her out. I'm like, you're not giving a reason as to like you're just
Hold on.
complaining.
Let's take a step back. Okay, take a breather. Um, because we have to wrap it up soon anyway. With
What?
yeah, I know. With with the complaints of Tutorial Island, I understand because I genuinely do believe it was garnered to a specific play style that
It
not a
was.
lot of people could play or were not used to playing. And Breath of the Wild, I played Breath of the Wild like a lot, a lot. It's just
Right.
been years and so I completely forgot it. Like I haven't picked it up in years. So I
Same.
literally forgot it. Out of sight, out of mind kind of thing for ADHD. But
What is object permanence?
yeah,
Never
exactly.
heard of her.
But with Tutorial Island, I recognized it because my husband isn't a crafter either. Like he's not used to
I
that.
started playing than your husband did, correct? Like I had a couple of
Yes.
days on him.
Yeah, you did.
So I told you when I got to tutorial, like you showed, yeah, you got to watch me play like that opening scene,
Hmm.
really. Um,
I just
so
wanted you to get to the opening. I was
yeah,
like, you got to watch it. You got to check it out.
I told you when I was finally able to figure out that it's like it is too fucking linear and
It is.
too fucking structured.
That I
And when I
agree
was
with.
able to tell you that, you're like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I see why you're frustrated
Like I
now.
get that. I mean, even I thought it was linear. I was like, this isn't as expansive as like the Great Plateau in Breath of the Wild. But
Which is
now I
great because that's
realize,
the entire concept of Breath of the Wild. It's just like fucking go. Like, here's your
right.
shit. Don't die.
But I realize
Put some clothes
now,
on, don't run around fucking naked. But this was completely different.
yeah, well, I realize now how ginormous this whole game is that I can actually, I would not fault
Oh
Nintendo
yeah,
for
you
doing
you
that.
did recently figure out like how
Yeah, it was
fucking
last night.
big
It was
this
my
game
very last time.
actually was.
Yeah.
Okay, be careful with that because that is starting to get into spoilers.
No,
Just
I'm
as a
not
heads up.
spoiling it. I'm just saying last night I discovered that it was it's huge. The whole thing, the whole game is bigger than what I initially thought.
hmm
And I
hmm
found that out last night before I ended my stream. So, and I had to explore more, which I am totally
Yes,
about. Um,
which is exciting.
it is exciting for
But
me. But like, that's why I'm
but
like,
the
they
game as
couldn't
a
do.
whole, which is why I started with Tutorial Island because it's
Hmm.
too linear and too structured. I'm like, they are pushing a very linear storyline with this because they are really pushing the Rito storyline with this. Now, like with Breath of the Wild, you could kind of like they were kind of dropping hints about everyone everywhere, but a little more with the Zora than anybody
Yeah.
else. So
Hmm.
I went to the Zora first. A lot of the shit I was coming across was exclusively Rito first.
Yeah. I was told to go to Rito because you had to meet Impa and Hebra anyway, and all that stuff that you started with is in Hebra, that general
Yeah.
area. But now I'm off of that, and I'm like, I guess I can go anywhere I want now because like there's nothing going to stop me. But
Yes, Hebra, which is the area that the Rito are in, but like for me specifically, what I was saying because I think I was talking to a lot more people. Like I was jumping around like a lot more, and I was talking to a lot more people. A lot of people were pushing Rio.
mm,
Like they're like, oh, they have like a storm and they're trapped in, and like they're not having a lot of food and things like that. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
cool, thanks for guilting me into going to visit the Rito first.
Yeah. Now I want to explore everything else. I do think I
Mm-hmm.
honestly personally think that the Rito was a good start because I had a lot of hearts at the time and it didn't hurt me as bad, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think like
Yeah.
okay, this is a good starting point. I don't know how I feel about everything else, mind you, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Um but yeah,
How I feel about having to do the Rito first. Like honestly, I don't
I
think I
thought I liked
really
it.
care,
Mhm.
but like I don't know yet if that makes sense. I
Right.
am now in Gerudo Valley.
Cuz at
I'm
this
hanging out with the Gerudo.
I was about to say it's at this point that it's no longer linear. Everything you could do at your own pace, which I am
So
taking a
far.
very so far. Well, it's very slow for me because again, I've been exploring everything. It's so
hmm
extensive. Like it's a massive fucking game.
I
And
feel like it is still a little linear for me because a lot of people I'm talking to are talking about that town in the southeast,
oh, I haven't
that
even paid
south of the
attention.
Zora.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. I haven't paid. They could talk to me all I want. Like they could talk
You
to me
don't
all
fucking
they
pay
want, but
attention.
like I'm not gonna pay attention. If you've seen me play, I don't pay attention to what the shit that some people tell me. I'm like, all right, I'm
Yeah, I
off,
know.
going off, doing my own thing. Like going in a cave. Oop,
It's like
there's a boss.
literally it's like here, let me try and hit this wind wall head on. It's like they fucking told you to try going in the top.
But it's also like this is the thing where I'm like the things that frustrate you are the things that like I'm so stoked about. I don't want to be told
I
what to
wasn't
do.
frustrated with you, I promise. It's just like,
I know, but I'm
classic
like,
Ricey.
and I was like, I don't want to be told what to do. I hate being told what to do. I'll figure it out on my own. And if I will, if like I need help, I'll ask. But I'm like, other than that, I'm like caveman brain. How work? Beat it with a rock. Bang bang bang. Yes, make fire. That's how I work. That
Literally how you work.
because like I just like trying things on my own. I don't like to be handheld and told what to do, especially if it's like involving puzzles or anything. I like to figure out my own way to do things. Like
I
yesterday,
will tell you directly, I'm like, they told you X in like
right?
in the
Oh
directions.
yeah, but sometimes the directions they don't actually they show
They
you the
don't.
yeah they show you that where the mission starts, but they do
hmm
not show you where the mission continues, which is my that
Or where what to do or how to tell you or anything like that. Like I
right
will admit with that, but what I had told you like
with
previously, I'm like they literally gave you directions on how to do that.
yeah, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to pay attention to because, in the reality of it is, I'm probably not going to go there. I'm going to get sidetracked and I forget what everything was. Here's a good
Yeah.
example, though, of the different play styles. When I did the Rito Village, There was a giant boss, which, by the way, phenomenal design.
Fantastic. Oh
Yeah,
my God, I loved it so much.
phenomenal design for the boss. Loved it. Um, I was collecting all these arrows, and I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to shoot the boss, right? That's what you're supposed to do. I did not shoot the boss. I went in head first. I did. I used my own body. Just went in head first, dived and killed it with my own body, and I got to save all the arrows that I collected. And Abby was like, "Oh, I didn't think to do that because I
I
have."
didn't even think to do that.
Yeah, and I was like, "I have caveman brain. I use my
But
head."
also, like, you understand you were having trouble, like, keeping track of where that monster was, that
Hmm.
boss was. And I'm like, using arrows was the easiest way for me to keep track of it,
Hmm.
honestly.
But for me, I'm like, I use my head, save my
Yep.
arrows because I've been like, I had zero arrows starting that time. Now I have
Oh,
many. Like now I have so much that I'm like, yes, I don't feel like I have to go hunt for arrows anymore because they literally gave me so much. And now I can just, spend it to my heart's content. All the arrows. Cause like I'm the bitch who if I shoot it and I miss, I will go and back and collect my arrow. I'm
yeah,
frugal.
same. I'm
I
the
am
cheap for
frugal.
that.
I am like I'm just that frugal. I'm a penny pincher when it comes to arrows.
Yep.
I use some of my
They
arrows.
expensive though. Oh
They
my God.
are.
Also,
They
like, the
are.
clothes are so
Oh,
expensive this time around.
I got
Like,
to find my clothes.
honestly.
Yeah, I'm a broke bitch.
I really want to show you my clothes that I have, but I know you haven't gotten them yet, so I don't want to like. And some of them are new. Also, this is something that was in the original Breath of the Wild, so I can talk to you about this. I have Shadow Link's tunic,
Oh yeah, I had to find that. So,
but I already have like other things that aren't from the first game, so I'm
mhm.
not going to tell you about it. I can't really show you about it, but I do have Shadow Link's tunic. I'm very
See,
excited about that.
I was supposed to collect the clothes from Rito Village, but I was broke because I spent it all in a
They're
house.
expensive. They're
They are
so fucking
expensive,
expensive.
and I don't know how. Well, I don't really know how I can make money other than collecting a bunch of stuff and selling it, or like
I mean,
getting
yeah.
gems because I have a lot of gems, from
But you need
caves.
to hold on to those.
Well, I sold a lot of them. I sold a lot of the gems that I collected in the caves because that's what I used to
Hmm.
buy my house, and I had at one point over 3,000 rupees. So I was like, I was gonna use it to buy the house. I could have used it for clothes, but I was like, nah,
Nah,
nah.
I need to keep it for clothes.
Yeah,
That's why I haven't gone and bought a house. I'm like, I want clothes.
and but I've also randomly stumbled upon like the deity mask that I have on, right?
Hmm.
I wish
Hmm.
I love it, man. I look so creepy.
Which
It's
I
kind of cool.
think was also in the first game, so it's
Yes,
not
yes,
really a
yes.
spoiler that it has returned.
No, but I found it
Um,
in a cave somewhere because I was just randomly exploring, and I was like, oh, where does this go? And boom, found it. Did I also find a boss? Yes, I did. But I got it and left. I was like, nope, you're on your own.
I came across the Satori. I told you about that. And I
Yes,
can't wait for you.
I
Have you
did.
come across them
Mm-hmm.
yet?
Yep.
I'm so glad to see them again.
I
Do you
have
know
to.
the story behind them?
I know it involves the cherry blossoms.
No, not just the cherry blossoms, but the original story from Breath of the Wild.
No, no, no.
Why they're called the Satori.
Oh
I'm
yes,
gonna have
because
a
it was a Nintendo, the original Nintendo creator. It's like an homage to him, right?
mhm,
Yep.
yep.
And
And
that's
he would
why.
only come out on like the full moon
Yeah.
on that specific place. So like
Hmm.
I'm very excited to see that we're gonna get more of them.
Oh yeah. There's like a little mission that you can do to draw them out, but I haven't figured out because I drew them out, but I can't figure out what to do with it afterwards. So I'm figuring that on my own because that's how I do. This
I
is
think it's not a spoiler. I haven't figured it out either. I based off knowing The Legend of Zelda and kind of like how they're going, I think it's a completionist thing.
yeah, which I'm totally for. I am totally for.
I am for it as well. I've been marking all the cherry blossoms with
Yep.
hearts on my map so I
Oh,
can
that's
go like
smart.
make sure. I know, like we can cross compare and I'm just like, oh hey, did you um so yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I those are my biggest complaints with Tears of the Kingdoms. I do think they have gone above and beyond with a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
Thank God, because it's been what, 6 years at this point?
Yeah. It's been a while. Good lord. But like, it's honestly, I do prefer. I like Breath of the Wild, but I have
Mhm,
in my mind, especially with the story that I've been introduced to, I have
mhm,
separated the two games. Like I know you have been like, well, with Breath of the Wild, but for me, I'm like I have separated the two games, but I think it's easier for me to separate it because I've completely forgot a lot of what the Breath of the
I
Wild
think
was,
I
other than the
haven't been
main
able
story.
to separate it, and you'll understand why when I say this. It's like they talking to people and progressing like the major storylines and stuff.
Hmm.
It feels like they've completely disregarded the things that happened in Breath of the Wild,
Yeah, they
which comes
did.
into theory territory, which we kind of loosely talked about it on your stream, like me in your chat, you streaming.
Hmm.
Um, it feels like they've completely disregarded things that
Not
were happening in Breath
completely.
of the Wild.
I was about to say,
Uh,
I don't think it completely disregarded it because in certain, I'm not going to spoil anything, certain areas of the game, they do recognize, hey, we are taught, like, I recognize what you did for me in the first game without actually explicitly stating it in case anybody who wants to play the first game has an opportunity to figure that out for themselves. Oh,
right.
which I
But it's like,
respect.
so what's happened? We'll need to like talk about this later because
Yes,
A, we need to wrap up. B, we are getting into like heavy spoiler
I will
territory
say this
and
though.
major theory territory, and I want to talk theories with you,
I
really, really bad.
once we finish, I will. But the one thing that has made me believe that we are grounded in the same timeline, essentially, right?
Hmm.
Of the same
Because
world
let's
and
just be
same
honest, Legend
timeline,
of Zelda is really bad about having timelines.
right? Is because they remembered the horses that you saved from the first game.
I know, but like, okay,
No, 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 hold on, hold on. We can't go into that.
I'm
We can't.
so
We
can't talk
cannot.
about it. I'm so
We can't.
excited.
I know. Once we're going into the game, we'll talk about
Mm.
it more. But that is the only thing that, because when I saw those for the first time, I was like,
I
oh.
almost cried, honestly.
I mean, it was
That
nice. It
was
was a very nice surprise. I hunted those horses. Like I just freaking love
same.
those
I
horses.
spent an hour, like I told you, I spent an hour trying to get Festus, like which is
Yeah,
one of my horses. We're not going to really talk about who Festus is until like we get spoilers
yeah.
up and at another podcast. I spent like an hour trying to get Festus. Like
I
honestly.
Yeah, but I think that's the only reason, the only key thing from the last game that really traveled to this game that made me think, okay, we're in the same timeline. But we're gonna talk about theories and stuff later. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Oh wait, who are you? I should tell you. Yeah, who are you?
Oh yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah.
Let me put down my controller because I've been a little bit. I when we were
Were you
really
playing
getting into
Sky?
Splatoon,
I was like, are you
I
playing
right
Sky?
now. Okay, but that I actually like left it alone long enough that my Switch went to fucking sleep. While we were talking Splatoon and Splatfest.
Oh
So,
my god. Okay.
um, I'm at Vicky Ree. I just chatted in the chat. You can find me on Twitter. You want to be careful with that. I've like lost my mind over some shit recently. Call of Duty, Tears of the Kingdom, Sky, Children of the Light.
Yeah.
Um, you can find me harassing the shit out of Ricey on her stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yelling at her to do specific missions so she can actually progress and
No, I
enjoy the
don't do
game
that.
better.
Nah. I make it harder for myself because I love it. I'm a masochist and a
Yep.
sadist to
So
myself.
far, though, admittedly, so far, I don't think there's any other major missions that you really need to do
Mm-hmm.
at this point. Like, I do think that Impa and the camera were the biggest things that you needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, so far, nothing else, honestly. But again, harassing Ricey in her comment section. And who the hell are you, ma'am?
I'm a bowl of ricey. I stream on Twitch. I'm actually streaming again more not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom today at 3 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to check me out, I'll be over there. Let me go ahead and put my little. There we go, the dancing man. On I am. I typed it on chat. A bowl of ricey. You can find me there, or on Twitter at a bowl of ricey. Yeah,
Um, and you can
good
find
times.
us here Sundays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can also follow us on What's Your Opinion 10 on Twitter and give us your opinions there. I mean, we keep saying that we're going to get better about using our Twitter, but
We can, oh, I do have a major announcement. Unfortunately,
oh,
Abby and I will not be able to do
oh
a
yeah.
podcast next weekend because we are going to MomoCon next weekend. And
No,
if y'all
no.
happen to see cosplayers, oh, you can't tell because we're PNG tubers, but we're going to be at MomoCon next weekend. So unfortunately,
I
no
mean, we both
podcast.
have Instagram, so you can kind of see our faces, but like, I don't think I'm going to cosplay. I think I'm just going to take my Kigurumi and just
So
chill
I
out.
was gonna say we're gonna arrive kind of late on Friday, so we're gonna.
Okay.
I only have two cosplays, three cosplays I'm bringing, which is Kaya and
Mm-hmm.
Loose because I want to be loose for like Comfy
Yes.
Sunday. Yeah, Comfy Sunday Loose is what I'm hoping to be, or maybe Drunk Saturday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But very excited for that too. I'm very stoked. But so we will not see you guys next week, but the following week. So please stay safe and take care of yourselves. Love each other. We hope to see you again here in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time.
Do we want to talk Tears of the Kingdom theories at that point?
Yeah, by that point, we've had enough time to really play the game. So, yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
good idea. Sweet.
Good.
Okay, I guess that's everything. All right. Have a good day,
Yeah, it's like
everybody.
we really want to get off and go play Tears. I'm sorry
Yeah.
for holding you so long.
No, we had to talk theories and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good 2 weeks, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.